Hello everybody, it's Adrian here and welcome back to Factorio. We are back and we are going to continue on. After last time we built this monstrosity and this monstrosity. And today I am going to start, what's the best way to describe it? Doing little things. You know, after doing so many big things, I think it's time to do a couple little things. So the first thing I'm going to do is expand. Hang on, I need to get a new pick. We're going to expand this mining operation to double its size, which I think is fair, possibly. Okay, this is going to be fairly easy. We just need to make this bigger. Whoops. So we just need to place all these in a relatively nice way and then power them all. Again, should be easy stuff, and it is. But I'm also going to put in a balancer. So that means that half of the resources will be on one side of the belt, the other resources will be on the other half of the belt. It's very simple. Like so. So now half of all resources should go onto the belt. Pretty much. And now we almost have a full belt of iron. So at some point I'm going to have to re-engineer this, because of course I am, to allow for a second input and output of iron, because iron is the biggest thing we need. But we're not going to worry about that for now. Ah yes, steel furnaces. Which I'm going to create using a factory from burner miner drills and this steel here, which we have a lot of. That, oh look, we can see where I switched off the iron system. Oh look, this system is already at almost capacity. That'll be fixed by the time we build this, because this is a bit faster. It's double the speed, but it requires a lot more resources. So, to turn these wooden, I was looking at this text, to turn the stone into stone bricks, I believe it's just a process of smelting them, and that's, well, we know how to do that. Okay, so I finished constructing this, and it's very simple. The stone that is being made goes through here and merges with the coal, and then gets smelted into stone bricks. And then those stone bricks are combined with the steel into one belt to produce steel furnaces. This is not optimized in any way, which is okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Boom. Now the system works, and we should start being able to produce things. Just stop that there. Yeah, this should work. Should do, anyway. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now we're starting to produce stone bricks, which is good. And soon our first furnace shall be generated. It's not catching any of the steel. Steel is a very slow process to make. Like, that's how long it takes. That is ridiculous. But I have a lot of steel on me, so I'll just input all the steel I have. And now we get our first couple stone furnaces, which are double the speed. And that is what we wanted to do. Very simple. So, what is our next goal? Well, it's very simple. Our next goal is to get all this oil. Now, there's probably going to be an alien base somewhere in here, so I'll have to be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to bring belts and power from here. Now, this is going to take a lot of belts, and then I'll also bring in pipes as well, so I can establish some sort of base, so I can also get this iron, which is a lot of iron. So what I'm going to need to get is, well, first I'm going to need to get all these pumps, but I'm also going to need to get all of these belts. and we're gonna need them. Trust me. So, why isn't this... Oh, damn it, I remember this. I remember this when I was looking over in editing. I noticed that one of these wasn't doing anything, and I completely forgot about it. Okay, so let us get as much power as we can. We need to basically connect these two worlds. That's a weird way to put it, but connect these two places. Now, later on in the game, you are probably going to use trains, but I don't think trains are very useful right now. First of all, because we can't build them, and second, it's not that far away. It's only about 3 times the length of our factory. So, and it's pretty much a straight line. So, first we're going to do power. Going to use all of that. So, we're just going to have a line going from here. Now, this is going to take a while, so I'll see you once I'm done. Okay, now I have built what I think is enough to, well, be useful. There's all these transport belts, and these pipes, and this electricity, which is all we should need. We just now need to get something that can process it. I want to have something that can process it before I start, you know, actually drilling for it. So my plan is to have a processing plant here, where I'm, you know, destroying the stone rock. So here. So we're going to need, I'm going to say 3 oil refineries for now. That should probably do. So we'll start with 2 refineries, which is enough for now. And we'll slowly expand it over time. And I'm also probably going to quickly redesign this to allow for me to actually pick up some of the stone that's generated. So I need to get 2 splitters, 3 splitters actually. Okay, these take a long time to make. So this is an oil refinery. It's pretty big. Here's going to be the first refinery, and here shall be storage, all this. We need to get rid of this forest, which is hard to do, admittedly, in this stage of the game without robots, but we'll make do. We'll make do. With probably only storage down here for now. Because I want to, for a while at least, just keep stuff in storage, you know? So now, what we need to do is connect these pipes, the input pipes, to the main, to a storage system actually, a storage system, which can store the oil, the unprocessed oil. And we'll use this unprocessed oil for a while. Now, the unprocessed oil is not really used for anything, but I like keeping it in storage, so I will. There we go. Big tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks. Okay, so this should most definitely be fine. There we go, that'll do. And this can be disconnected. And then this shall go instead like so. So I also still have a walking path. Now we need to create enough tanks to support the 3 materials that are made. Because if we click on oil processing, you can see we have some certain materials being made. You know, and each of these is separate, and they should not really be mixing. Because I said so. So this is how we'll connect them. We'll connect it all to a single pipe, like so. And then like so. And then more. So this is now where the oil will be made in the future. Obviously, at the moment, we're not making any oil, which is fine. but we will in the future, and that's what's important. So, a bit of time has passed, and I now have 30 steel furnaces. So, which means I can replace all of these old furnaces with brand new steel furnaces for the iron. Now, these are a lot faster. So, technically speaking, we should be able to have double the amount of iron we already have, plus probably a third. So we could have a lot. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is we're now at a bit less than half capacity again. That's pretty big. Now I'm still going to keep making these steel furnaces until probably for another 50 of them before I decide to stop making steel furnaces, because they're not that important. Oh yeah, and I made this a bit bigger as well. So I've optimized this place a bit further by putting fast inserters in certain locations. So now these inserters are made a lot faster, which is good, and I'm now going to allow a bit more inserters to be made. Now in the future, I want to have a little sub-factory that brings this like here and turns all of those into fast inserters, which we will use later in the future anyway. Actually, how much does it cost? Iron plates, I could probably do that now, which basically means we are using more stuff. And I'll probably, if I want to do that, increase this by 2. So instead of having this many wires, we'll double the amount of wires. Now, we already have we could technically start doing that now, but it'd be very costly. I think I've already figured out how to do it in my head, and I'm going to do it. That is what I'm going to be doing next. And it'll definitely be interesting. And it'll mean we can have a lot... Well, we can just have automated production of inserters. Pretty good. So this is very tight. This is literally just going to be fitting in. And we need more fast inserters. Of course, that's of course what we need. We need more fast inserters. Ugh. But the thing is, I can just grab like a stack of inserters and it'll be fine. But we're now backing up in inserters, and this is technically overflowing it, which is fine, probably. But, ooh, how am I going to do this? I probably want to bring it in... Okay, I may have not achieved what I wanted to, but I did completely rechange this factory completely. I now am producing double the amount of circuits, roughly, and definitely double the amount of wires. But it's at a point where the actual belts are the problem here. There's just not enough amount of throughput, if you know what I mean. They can't... It's... Well... There's just not enough stuff being put through the system. They just can't be put anymore. Which is a bit of a pain, but I'm hopefully that's going to be fixed very soon. So only one of these is actually completely producing stuff. But as much stuff as much stuff that can be made at the moment is being made. Which is good, I guess. So, yeah. And it's at a point where we need to get more copper. So, yay for that. As much copper as we can now. That's our goal. Because copper, we need more of it. So, this should be able to cope. Also, how many of these do we have? 30. Oh, steel. Why is steel now a problem? So steel is the issue now. That's okay. We'll probably get more steel very soon. If I just increase the amount of iron we get, we'll just get more steel. which will probably be fine. But this system is working as fast as it can. The new copper should be getting through, so we should start seeing lots more copper being put through the system very soon, which is going to be great. More copper is never a bad thing. I might just build a bunch more drills, actually, just to increase production even more, because production is very good. So, the final thing for today that I'm going to do is build the last thing, which is this. Now, this is sort of going to be an end of the line thing, so it's going to be using the leftovers of everything. So, yeah. And there we go. That is a quick system that now automatically creates fast inserters at a fast pace as well, actually. That was a joke. So now what I'm going to do is input almost all of my inserters into the system. So this will have, oh damn it, I didn't take it into consideration that. You see, that's why you should pay more attention. Otherwise stuff like that can happen. There we go. That should be fine. So that should work. And the only thing I want to do now is just optimize this a bit further. So I've inputted a little thing that allows for the electronic circuits to be on both sides of the belt, which is this pretty much. I'm just making it as, you know, slowly as this place expands, actually, it's getting more and more tight with as much stuff as you can packed into the same amount of space. But there is always room for expansion, as you can see here, and I'm just about to finish Logistics 2, which will mean I can now create the next step of transport belts, which means I can do the same thing to these belts. I can bring them over here, down here, produce more gears as well as I should to cope. And yeah, now let's check. Okay, this system is now offline, as I have more than enough furnaces to be good for a while, pretty much. So just upgrade all of these, upgrade all of these, and upgrade all of these. And put those two together. So now all the furnaces are the next level, which means they can go a bit faster. And we can have even more copper into the system. Which is good, actually. Very good. But anyway, I am going to end the episode here. And next time, I'm probably going to be creating red belts and finishing the oil system. But until then, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.